Can't tell if he's small or he's just swimming in the boat. Again with that trolling technique, huh?
A little bit more about what we're doing here on this big flat and why you went to that little twister.
Well, we've been fishing tubes and fishing some little crankbaits, and it's just been pretty slow overall, even with casting the Mr. Twister.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we decided to do to cover a lot of water is to do some more trolling, and so all we're doing is throwing out the Mr. Twister behind us and working our way down the river, trying to cover a lot of water till we get to some spots that
we can get out and
look real fishy.
Yeah, look fishy. The little twister does the trick, though.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the color or the size or what?
I don't know. You ever hear that saying? If it's not chartreuse, it ain't no use.
That's right.
I don't know. I've done real well with smallmouth with the chartreuse with the gold flake, Mr. Twisters, especially on this river. So I just kind of stick to it.
Nice one, Mark.
Nice smallie. Another little fish with that twister tail, Bob.
That's really making the name for itself.
Sure is.
By the boat. Come here. Oh, come here. Come here. All right. Come here. Come here. What we're doing. Nice little healthy fish. They are strong. For this size fish, this is awful strong. It's just, probably maybe 8-9 inches, that's about it. But what we're doing is we came through a real shallow riff. I mean, we were banging bottom on the kayaks. But right at the end of the riff, there's a deep hole in here. So what we've been doing in the kayaks is just paddling up, drifting back down, catching a fish here or there, back up again, and just working these strips. Especially in the summertime, these are going to be your key areas. Right off that flat up there. Again, fish are going to lay out in this deeper water, some oxygen. They don't have to get behind a boulder or whatever, and they'll just lay in here all day long, and they'll feed. So, you know, don't have to worry about morning or afternoon, because with the weather that it is, I mean, this is July, summertime, it concentrates the fish in these pools. So when you find a pool, and they're, I mean, like literally all over the place, you can just sit in that pool and work that pool for, you know, an hour if you wanted to, and just paddle back up, and you can anchor for a little bit, cast, and then you can drift down, and it works really well. So again, light baits here, we're using ultralight rods, 4-pound, 6-pound test. What it's going to do is, we're only fishing an 1/8 ounce jig. So if you had heavy line, it takes too long for that jig to fall down. So what you want to do is use that light line, and your bait will fall faster, and then just work it. Now, the bait fish primarily that they're going for right now are crayfish and minnows. And one of the things that I tell everybody who wants to fish, especially in the summertime out on the river, if you want to spend the time or the money, whatever which way you do it, get yourself some live crayfish and drift this with live crayfish, and you will just catch fish by the bundles. All right, I'm gonna get another one.
Striper.
Did he come on that bait again?
Yeah, that big, it's a Salt City shaker, big plastic.
Bring him around so I can see him.
Come here. Sorry. Yeah, what do you think, Bob?
Nice striper. Now, where'd you catch that, on top water? Or?
Nah, this plastic with a paddle tail, chartreuse.
Chartreuse is the color for today, isn't it?
Absolutely. Not a bad little striper for midday, huh?
No. Oh, now I got the problem of treble hooks in a small. Oh, I got them on the side everywhere. Oh my God. What we did, we were coming through this deeper water, and we came to some shallower water. And a lot of times what you want to do when you come to this is throw a stick bait, like a minnow, like a rapala or something like that, and these fish will come after it. And he's got it. Oh boy, does he have it.
These things fight so hard. Still going after that chartreuse Mr. Twister.
That is unbelievable.
All day.
It's feel like a sunfish or something they're seeing it as.
What's that?
Sounds like a sunfish or something they're seeing it as. Again, we moved down to another bunch of ledges. As you can see, this is a really well-defined one, Mark.
Yeah, this one's got a pretty steep cliff here, and it's a lot deeper right in here than the previous ledges we were at.
And it comes right, I mean, look how, I mean, we're in no water right here, and then we're casting into some pretty deep water over here. Now the fish are going to lay right up against that ledge, am I correct?
Yeah, that's where I just picked that one, the one I just caught. But you work the entire ledge. You work the current, you work the, sometimes they sit right below the wall, and you can't probably see it, but there's a lot of huge rocks in here, and there's big gaps in between the rocks.
And they'll lay under there.
They'll lay in there, so if you can get your bait in between there. There's another one. That one I just got done explaining to you. I put it right between these two huge rocks that are just below the water surface, and as soon as that bait came between there, he took it.